Hello and welcome to the English lesson level advanced. Before we start, I want to note to you that this is an open lesson. So if you don't understand or you want me to translate a word or a phrase, please stop me and I will be happy to go back and translate it. If you will like today's lesson, don't forget to log in next Thursday at 11 o'clock. But before, please visit our website Teledom Online or online.teledom, where you can find schedule of all the online meetings and online courses. Good. So today's topic are useful phrases to use during a meeting. Why I chose this topic is that these days a lot of meetings take place online or on internet. If the meeting is led in a foreign language, it may be difficult to understand. So here will be the phrases that you may hear or you want to use during an online meeting. So let's start. One quick note, if you want to turn on captions, there is a possibility in our online meeting in the right corner. Just click on the three dots and there is an option to turn on captions. Good, so let's start. Useful phrases to use during a meeting. So what words you may hear in a combination with a meeting? If we want to make a meeting or start a meeting or organize a meeting, you can often hear to arrange a meeting or to set up a meeting. Very informal way to say it's to fix a meeting or fix an appointment. Fix is very informal. If you want to sound more formal, use arrange a meeting. If we want to make a meeting earlier than originally planned or decided, we would say, let's bring forward the meeting at 11. If we want to make the meeting later than originally planned or decided, we could say, put back or postpone. You may hear somebody say to delay a meeting. Now I want you to focus on the words delay a meeting and postpone a meeting. Word delay is usually used when we cannot change the situation. So in a sentence, the flight was delayed because of the bad weather condition. In this case, we use delay because we cannot change the situation. But if we use postpone, it was somebody's decision and we can change it. If the meeting is not happening at all, we just say cancel the meeting. Another useful verbs are run the meeting or chair the meeting. What that means is there is always one person, the speaker of the meeting or chairperson of the meeting, is the one who is keeping time and is having the main word. So the person runs the meeting or chairs the meeting. If you just go to the meeting, you attend. You can attend a meeting, attend a lesson, and you're becoming an attendee. So a speaker is usually called chairperson, and just a regular person on a meeting is attendee. The last phrase is miss a meeting, and this means not to go to a meeting at all. So now take a minute and look at all the phrases written. So to arrange a meeting or set up a meeting, cancel a meeting, postpone a meeting, run a meeting, attend a meeting. You may hear a lot of these phrases. Now, I want you to create a sentence using these given words. Does anybody wants to start? Okay, I will
start.
Okay, Števka, let's go ahead and let's create a sentence. Okay, for example, phrase cancel a meeting. After bad recommendation, we had to cancel the meeting or attend a meeting. I'm looking forward to attend a meeting. Is it clear? Can we move on? Okay.
Yes.
I would like to organize a meeting.
Organize or arrange. It is
Arrange.
better to say arrange a meeting.
Okay. I would like to arrange a meeting.
Arrange a meeting. You can use verb arrange in context of any kind of planned event. So you can arrange a wedding, arrange funeral, arrange competition, or any kind of event.
Thank you.
As well with postpone, bring forward, cancel, and run. Good. So what kinds or what types of meetings there are or you can hear? So meetings come in all shapes and sizes, of course. So here are just few types. To chat, it's a very informal discussion. So for example, you can chat with your colleagues at the coffee machine. It's an informal conversation. Another type of meeting is brainstorming. It is usually take place between colleagues, where as many ideas as possible are produced quickly. And they are not evaluated at the moment, but they are evaluated later. So brainstorming is really a quick meeting when all the ideas are set. Board meeting is, on the other hand, an official meeting. It's a formal meeting of a company's directors. So board is usually some kind of committee where you, for example, when you attend a state exam, you are sitting in front of board. So it's a group of people in charge. Another kind of meeting you can hear a lot is a project meeting or department meeting. This is a very common meeting and it involves employees in particular activity or department. Some specific kinds of meetings are AGM, Annual General Meeting, where shareholders discuss the company's annual report. Shareholder is a person who owns smaller or bigger part of company and they want to know the annual report or collect their money or benefit. Another kind is extraordinary general meeting. As well, shareholders discuss some important issue. So if you are a shareholder of some kind of shares in company, you may hear this kind of two types of meetings. So how to start a meeting? Of course, you can always say, let's start, or let's make a start, let's get down to business. But these phrases sound very informal. So when you know the people or you know the attendees of the meeting, you can start in an informal way. But if you don't know everybody at the meeting, be formal and use these phrases. Shall we make a start? Or let's begin, shall we? Or another way and very professional way to start a meeting is to use these phrases. As you are aware, I have arranged this meeting to discuss this and that topic. Or, as you are aware, the purpose or reason of this meeting is marketing, for example. Or, as you are aware, the main objective is to discuss marketing topic. As you are aware, I have called this meeting to discuss. To really study these kinds of openings of the meeting, you need to know whether you want to be formal or informal. So when the meeting is already opened and you want to invite people to speak, you can just say, would you like to open the discussion? Or perhaps you would like to get the ball rolling. Or would you like to kick off? If you study these three phrases, you notice that the second and third phrase are very informal. So as well, when you know the people and you know the employees or attendees of the meeting, you can always say the phrase, get the ball rolling or kick off the conversation. But if you don't know everybody on the meeting, it's better to use, would you like to open the discussion? If you want to know the general idea or general opinion, it is a good phrase to use, what is the general feeling on this? If you want to ask one person's opinion, we can just ask, what do you think about this? Or what are your feelings on this? Or what are your views on this? This is very personal question. If you want to sound more formal, use the last phrase. John, can we get your input? Or whoever's name. Ściełka, can we get your input? And you're giving a word to that person. So think about if you want to ask one person's opinion or you want to ask general opinion. Is it clear? Can we move on?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Later, if you give a word to somebody or you are giving a word, you need to know the phrases when you want to make a point, agree or disagree. So when you are expressing your opinion or making your point, a lot of English students use phrase I think very often. Try to avoid it. You will sound more advanced and more professional if you use these phrases, in my opinion, or the way I see it, and then you express your opinion. It is clear to me that, or personally, I think, it looks to me as if she has the point, for example, or obviously, if something is obvious and it's clear to everybody, obviously, she has the point. So, one more time, try to avoid using phrase I think, I believe. Instead, use these phrases. For example, it is clear to me that, or the way I see it. If you want to agree, you can just easily say, you are perfectly right, or I couldn't agree more, or just words, precisely, exactly, absolutely. These phrases you use when you have a strong agreement and you strongly believe in something. But if the agreement is just mild, so it's not 100%, and let's say it's only 75%, you can just say, you may be right there, or that's true, I suppose, or I suppose so. Please note that even in the mild agreements, I am avoiding the phrase, I think so. That's true, I think, or I think so. Don't use it. Use rather, I suppose so. If you want to disagree, you can just say, that's not really how I see it. Or, I don't really agree. I think you are mistaken. Or, I'm afraid I can't agree with you there. Please study these phrases and really translate them to yourself and think about what they mean. English is a very formal language, so we want to sound polite. I don't really agree. I think you're mistaken. I'm afraid I can't agree with you. But if you have a strong disagreement, you can use these phrases. I think you're wrong. Of course not. Or that's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but that's out of the question. These are phrases to express strong disagreement. Look at the last phrase. I'm sorry, but that's out of the question. This means you don't want to discuss that topic anymore. You don't want to go back to that topic. So please study all the phrases in making your point, agreeing and disagreeing. And if you have a question, please ask now. Okay, good. So many times during an online meeting, there might be time you want to interrupt or stop the speaker from talking. It is polite to interrupt with these phrases. Excuse me for interrupting, and then you go on with what you want to say. Or, may I have a word? Or, if I may, I think, and then you express your idea. So you are interrupting and you're giving some opinion. Many times you want to clarify things. So you want to make things clear. So you want to just repeat that statement and ask, have I made that clear? Or is it clear? Or you can say, I would just like to repeat that. And you repeat the statement that has been said. So that's clarifying, making something clear. Sometimes you may not catch the word or you don't understand. So you're asking for repetition. You can just say, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat that, please? Or I missed that. Could you say it again? This is formal and polite way to ask for repetition. Use could. So we discussed phrases to open the meeting, invite somebody to speak or express their idea or opinion, to phrases to agree with the speaker or disagree with the idea. And we discussed the phrases that you can use when you want to interrupt or ask for repetition or to clarify. So how was the meeting, or how can meeting be? We can say the meeting can be productive, or the opposite, meeting was complete waste of time if the meeting wasn't productive. So if you are telling how was the meeting, you can say productive or it was waste of time. Another phrase that you can use or hear is that somebody kept things moving. So what it means that there is one person that is the timekeeper and checks the time and keep things progressing. The opposite of that is phrase stick to the point, and it means to focus on one point of the discussion or a meeting. Stick to the point means that you talk about one particular thing. You can also say that on a meeting there were a lot of useful discussions, or the other way to say it is we covered a lot of ground. It means we talked about many topics or we discussed many ideas. We covered a lot of ground. That was positive, and a negative phrase is that somebody was rambling. So the person wasn't consistent in expressing their ideas or was wandering off the point. And that means if the person is talking about one particular topic and starts to talk about another topic and goes away from the main idea. So that means rambling or wander off the meeting or off the point, sorry. So that's when you're talking about how was the meeting. And at the end of the meeting, you want to finish it. The best phrase is the first one. Unless anyone has anything else to add, I think that's it. Thank you for coming. This is a good phrase to end a meeting. You give a space to some questions or additions because you are giving the phrase, unless anyone has anything else to add. You should wait for answer. Or if you are running out of time, we can say, we are going to have to stop there. At the end of the meeting, sometimes you want to sum up. So to go over what has been said, to sum up, to really review all the topics. So it's a good phrase to say, we can go over what has been said, or we can sum up the meeting. So now we can go to do some exercise. I want you to now think about the phrases, and if you have a question, please ask me. Okay, if not, let's do some exercises. These exercises are a little bit harder, but I will help you to solve them. So the first one is, replace the underline expression with appropriate form of the verbs. In some cases, more than one verb is possible. So let's start reading the little conversation, or read the little text. A meeting of the Marathon Club Committee was organized. So what other verb can I use instead of organize?
Arrange.
Arrange, or set up as well, or fix. But the given verb is in past. So arranged, set up, that's an irregular verb, or fixed. So a meeting of Marathon Club Committee was arranged for March 1st, but no, not everybody could go to it. One more time, please.
Visit.
Visit, or let's start with attend. Attend. Very good. Attend a meeting. So it was delayed.
Postpone.
Postpone. Very good. Postpone, or delayed, or put back. Put back. Until March 31st. One committee member said that this was too late, so eventually we move it to March 15. Do you remember to move it?
Bring forward.
Bring forward, very good. Okay, and if you bring forward, but if you check, the given verb is in past. So let's put bring in past. Do you know the form of bring?
Brought.
One more time.
Brought.
Brought. Very good. Brought forward. So eventually, we brought forward the meeting, or it, to March 15. The chairperson was in charge of it. Was in charge of the meeting. We use the verb run. The chairperson ran the meeting very efficiently. And we decided on some new membership rules. Only one committee member didn't go to the meeting. Do you know the verb? Missed. Very good. We put it in the past tense because the given verb is in past tense. So didn't go to the meeting means missed the meeting. And let's do the second exercise. So this is the exercise that you have to match sentence beginning with the correct endings. So I will give you a minute to read all the given beginnings and correct endings, and then we will match them. Shall we start?
Just me, please.
Okay, does anybody know any match?
Okay, you can.
Okay, let's start with the easiest one, number 5. In my
Opinion.
opinion, we have to think of the needs of each department. In my opinion, this is the good phrase to express your opinion. It's better to say, in my opinion, than I think we have to. I think it's a very common phrase. It is better to say, in my opinion. Good. What about the second? The way.
I see it. See?
Very good. The way I see it, you should be looking at what we produce, not at the time of day we produce it. Another phrase to express your opinion. The way I see it. Good. What about number 4? It's clear to
Me.
me. It's clear, very good. It's clear to me that they set a very bad example to other departments. It is clear to me. So I'm sure something is like that. It's clear to me that, and you express your opinion. Good. What about number 2? Personally.
I think.
Very good. Personally, I think that the prizes we win help us to attract and keep the best designers. Very good. Personally, I think. You're expressing your own opinion. You could also say, personally, I believe. And the last one, it looks to me as if the design people think of themselves as living on another planet. Okay. Do you have any question that you want to go through?
No.
No. Okay. So thank you very much for your time. You were good students today. Before we say goodbye, I want you to tell you that if you like today's lesson, don't forget to log in next Thursday at 11 o'clock. If you found this lesson too difficult for you, we have a English lesson level beginner scheduled on Tuesday at 11. But don't forget to visit our website online.teledom, where you can find all the meetings, even the schedule in future or the recordings of past. So thank you very much and have a nice day.